There's quite a few things in Disneyland's Fantasyland that originated in Disney World. And there's even a piece that was repurposed from an extinct Disney World ride. So obviously Disneyland was the very first Disney park. But after operating for several decades, these rides started to show their age. So they did a complete remodel of Fantasyland, increasing every ride by 25%, with the reasoning that even if it wasn't better, at least it would be longer. And some of that 25% came from Florida, like the part at the end of Peter Pan with Captain Hook and the pirate ship. This scene was first put in the 1971 Disney World version, but then they copied it and put it in Disneyland's version in the 1983 remodel. They did change Disneyland's ship slightly, including making it a little fancier, but Disney World has Captain Hook's hook on the correct hand, whereas Disneyland incorrectly has his hook on the right. But enough about Peter Pan, let's sail on over to Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Because part of the 25% here was adding on this library in Toad Hall. The library, the ledger book, and MacBadger all came from Walt Disney World. And just around the corner, what we know as Sir Clinks-a-Lot in Disneyland actually originated with this guy in Florida. Further on in London Square, we see this wonderful fountain of Toad and Cyril, but this was inspired by this version in Florida, which was a statue where you were encouraged to keep off the grass. Last up, we have to talk about Snow White, which is Snow White's Enchanted Wish now, but used to be Snow White's Scary Adventures. The evil queen peeking out of the front actually originated with the Florida version first, and they just repurposed the idea for Disneyland. This was not the only evil queen to be duplicated, however, because this scene where she's looking in the mirror and then she turns around and she's the witch, well, that originated with the Disney World version as well. Though their version was a little bit less convincing and didn't involve two characters turning simultaneously like Disneyland does. Last up is something that actually came from Disney World itself, and that is this end scene with Snow White and her Prince Charming from the remodel in 1994. They repurposed these figurines and animated them a little bit, and that is what you see in Disneyland today.